Okay, so the van's a bit of a mess at the minute. Got lots of stuff all over the place. I'm sorting out the bed, framing and woodwork at the moment. This is the leisure battery for the solar. There's the solar hookup, not hooked up yet. And the vehicle battery as well, because it's once the vehicle's charged, it'll then charge that as well when you're driving. And then one of the jobs I've done is put a nice seat cover on here, and I've got another seat coming, a single, so I've taken out the double. It's a really easy job. So I had to take this out, the tray out first, which was just a simple turn the bolt and lift it out job. And then it was a case of just getting the on it. I don't know what they call it, ratchet or something. And yeah, it just literally was 2 bolts, one in there, and then you kind of just lift it out. This little bar, you just lift it and it's done. It's really easy. And this was already disconnected, thank God, because apparently it's a disconnect the battery job otherwise, and it can throw up errors on the actual van. Putting the seat cover on here, I had to make a little cut because of the armrest, and then just sewed a little sew up job. And then yeah, I'll do the same with the single when it comes, and I got a really good deal from the breaker's yard, because a lot of them have been 300-400 quid, very well sought after, because a lot of people doing these van builds. But I got it for £2.70 free delivery from a breaker's yard up in Yorkshire, so that should be arriving tomorrow. And then let me turn the light on. There's a tray up here for this overhead storage, so that had to have a really good clean, because that was filthy, still a little bit filthy. Let me show you the Maxx air fan, how quiet that is. I'll turn that on. So this is the noisy bit where it just goes up, and it's got like waterproof cover and everything, but that is as noisy as it is. So I'm going to have the kitchen area, so I'll show you the general layout. Whether this actually happens in the end, I don't know, because once I start doing the build, things might need changing. Just turn the lights off. It's on a dimmer too. I haven't worked out how to do the dimmer. Is it that? Oh yeah, that's dimming it, I think. So hold your finger on it. Oh, I don't know. Alright, I'll need to figure that out. I haven't figured out how to open the windows yet either. So yes, the plan is bed goes across here. Kitchen pod will go across here, and a lot of them extend out as long as there's a gap for you to get through the door. Going to have a seated area here with a table. This is going to be my toilet pod. I will turn it into a shower unit at some point, but for now just literally going to be a little toilet cubicle. And there's plenty of space actually between where the bed will be and where that will come out, so it doesn't cover over that window. So the layout's been interesting because of where the windows are, so I couldn't have obviously the shower toilet cubicle there. And working out, I didn't really want the bed to come out too far here, because that cut off a lot of space, so it was always going to be better having it across the width, and that's the beauty. That's why I was looking for relays or boxes particularly, because they're wider length and nice box shape as well, which is easy for the builds, putting like the wooden buttons on and everything. And then this is the diesel heater, so it just needs enough of an inlet and outlet. And then the idea is the seat will go over this bit. I was thinking of using this for the seated bit, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'll try and sell it on eBay. They're not that much on eBay, but I might end up cutting off some bits, dismantling some bits, maybe using the padded seat instead for the seated area, but it will come out a bit. So yeah, there's lots to think about, but it's good fun, kind of problem solving, thinking this stuff about. And then I've still not decided yet. I'm thinking I'm going to have, well, I think I have decided, I just haven't worked out how to do it yet. But I'm going to have kind of bulkhead, wooden bulkhead, with a gap here for the doorway, so I can actually, what a lot of people do, especially women, is have access to the cab really quickly, so a gap here, and then kind of wood panel here, often insulated as well, and then you have a doorway that's locked from this side. So if you ever hear anyone trying to get into the cab, you can either, depending on the circumstances, I can either quickly get out the back or unlock, get into here, start the vehicle, go. But yeah, if they're in the vehicle by that point, then it's a case of keep that locked so they can't get out to me and get out the back. Still haven't decided whether to have any extra light this end. So if I do, I would probably have them cut these out and have these as windows. But I'm going to have some fairy lights and stuff up this end, which it might be quite nice just to keep it a little bit darker, because this is going to be my bedroom area. Section that off a little bit so it's a bit darker. But yeah, I'll have fairy lights. So once all that's done, I can figure out if I need extra windows or not. But yeah, it will look a little bit darker maybe once I've put this bulkhead bit in. A lot of people do the swivel chairs. They're actually really easy to do. It's just a plate. It's about £100 per plate. You can do that and have extra space. But I purposely wanted a seating and table area here, unless I had the seat here, table there, and then swivel that. But then I can't have bulkhead for security. It would have to be something like curtains. So still undecided. I'm going to leave that bit to decide a little bit later. But yeah, that's the work so far.